Hi everyone, and welcome to Planning My Chronic Life, my little corner of YouTube where we look at how I plan my life around my chronic illnesses. Today we're going to have a look at my exercise planner that I use. It's basically a notebook that I use to record my physio exercises, or physical therapy I suppose it is in some areas. And the program that I use, and then we might also have a look at setting it up in my 2025 if we've got time. So I think I'll start with talking about the exercise program that I use. So I use this program, it's basically called the Muldowney Protocol, which is a physiotherapy program for people with Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, and it is a very gradual program that you walk through step by step, certain areas at a time, progressively getting harder and heavier weights and those sorts of things to strengthen the joints and the muscles around the joints to reduce injuries. It's something that I've been doing for over 2 years now. I'm not even halfway through the program, but I have had so much relief from using this program. I used to be in a pelvic brace 24/7, and now I no longer need it even for going out and gardening or doing heavy duty work like that. So it's something that I've really have a love-hate relationship with. I hate getting up every day and having to do physiotherapy and knowing that it's something that I'm going to have to do for the rest of my life. But the freedom that it gives me to actually do the things that I want to do, and I still can't do everything, but I'm learning to pace myself and set myself up so that I can have more success, do more of the fun things that I want to do. So I just thought I'd give you a brief look at that. I'm currently on this level looking at neck, mid-back and upper extremities. This is level 4. So I've worked through the 3 previous levels. It actually took me nearly 12 months to get through the last level of this, because this has a lot of work around the shoulders. I have real problems with my shoulders. My left one I've dislocated around about 14 times, my right one 5 times. And so trying to build up the strength in them has been really important, but really slow going. And I thought I'll give you a look at so probably something that I should show you is all of these exercises are designed to work through with your physiotherapist. So it will tell you what muscles it's using, and when you go in to have some muscle work done, it'll tell you what areas of the body need to be worked on at the moment. It's really quite comprehensive. The one thing that I will say is some of the introductory material right back at the start is now outdated. There's been a whole progression in study in this area, so some of the terminology and things that are in the introduction are no longer relevant, but that's just FYI. And so to give you an idea where I will eventually get to is that on Mondays and Thursdays I'll do the exercises related to my pelvis and lower back, and then Tuesdays and Fridays I'll do the exercises related to upper back, neck and arms, shoulders, and then Wednesdays and Saturdays will be lower extremities, so your legs, and also like things like recumbent bike, those sorts of things. And then Sundays you actually get a rest day, or you can still do 20 minutes on a bike. So it's a big progression. You can see that there's a lot of exercises in there. So the Monday, Thursday that I'm doing at the moment takes about not quite half an hour to do this part of it. This part will come in later, so I still haven't even got to phase 2 yet on those. Where I'm up to with the Tuesdays and Fridays, I do these exercises every day until I get to the last progression, and then they go to Tuesdays and Fridays. So at the moment, Mondays and Thursdays, I'm doing these exercises as well as the Tuesday and Friday. So again, there's phase 2, which I'm not at yet. So Tuesday, Fridays, this one is about 45 minutes to an hour of these exercises. So Mondays and Thursdays at the moment, I'm doing an hour and a half of physio on those mornings before I even get to work. So it is quite time consuming, but like I said, I've had a lot of relief. I'm a lot more stable now, and I've had a lot less injuries in this last 12 months. So yeah, something that I can't recommend high enough. I wish they did this type of exercise progression for lots of different things. So like imagine if you had some like a manual for if you had a knee reconstruction or those sorts of things. So I think something like this is really useful. So definitely recommend. You can buy this online. I got mine through Amazon, and I've bought the same book for my daughter as well. Okay, so to show you how I have been tracking what I do, because for all of these exercise progressions, when you go to a new level, you actually start at 1.5 minutes on each exercise. And then as you can cope with that exercise at 1.5 minutes, you can add on 5 or 10 seconds. And they say each day. Some days, some weeks, I'm stuck on the same time for a couple of weeks because my shoulders just don't want to do it, or I'm in so much pain, or those sorts of things. So having a book where I can track what time I'm up to for each individual exercise has really helped me to keep on track, and also to keep me motivated, because I can see when I'm stuck on a time that I really want to push forward. Or I know that I need to do those exercises first, the ones that are giving me more pain. I'll get those ones done first so that I'm not already fatigued before I start on those exercises. So a couple of things about this notebook. It's a mess. It wasn't designed to be pretty. It was just to serve a practical purpose of tracking my exercises. It is also the worst notebook that I've ever used. It's one from Typo, but it is one that will not lay flat, and trying to rule up pages like this is an absolute nightmare. So I cannot wait to get into my new notebook for next year. So what I have got here, let's have a look. So what I do is when I start a new set of exercises, get to a new level, I'll just write down a brief bit about what each of the exercises is. Some of these are carried forward from the last level. They've just added extra weight or changed the resistance band, so they don't need a lot of notes. Back here where it was, say, level 2 neck, there's a lot more detail there about the exercises that I needed to do. But you can see when I started on level 2 neck, started at 1 minute 30, that was obviously okay, went to 1 minute 40 for most of the exercises. This one was obviously a bit more difficult, and you can see, so the exercises are progressing at different rates, so that's why it's really important to track where I'm up to. I like to give myself a bit of a reward if I get to the end of a level. Those rewards change sometimes. It's just my way of treating myself. The other thing that I did start doing, but not until later in the year, was actually tracking, knowing that I'm going to be moving to pelvis on some days, arms and upper back on other days, those sorts of things, being able to track like where I'm up to in those sorts of things. So if we have a look at, this is October, so pelvis on exercises on the mat and pelvis exercises on the ball, I've reached the top level of those, so now I'm only doing those on Mondays and Thursdays. So I've ruled this up, highlight where I need those days to do it, and then there'll be the level that I'm currently working on. And then sometimes, like here, I'll leave an extra column because there's a chance that in this month I might actually hit the top of that level and move on to the next one, which is what I've done here. I finished out level 3 and moved on to level 4. You can see there's a big gap in there. I was naughty and didn't do my physio while I was on holidays, but we all need a break sometimes, don't we? Okay, so what I need to do in here today is try and rule up December because we are almost there. So what I will do is I'm just going to stick on some background music. I'll draw this up and then we can have a look at 2025 and how I'm going to do it in there. I just paused the recording, then I realised I was starting to get the shakes as I was holding the book open trying to record it. So hot tip for anybody that has POTS, Gatorade. You get your electrolytes, you get your fluids. I go for the no sugar so that I'm not putting on weight as well, but I find it's a quick way to stop the shakes when I'm a little bit hot. And today it's something like 32 degrees and really humid, so I'm feeling it today. Okay, so that's December drawn up in here. I'll put it back on November because we've still got a few days left there. As you can see here, stitches in there. I actually did my physio this morning. It was a little bit of a struggle, but it wasn't too bad. On Friday afternoon, I had a basal cell carcinoma cut out of my neck. So if you think, picture on yourself where your two collarbones are, and then draw an eye shape. I had two carcinomas just in the middle there. So they basically took that bit out and pulled the skin together. So I currently have around about 20 stitches on the surface, plus there's another layer underneath. So skin is pulling in all sorts of awful ways at the moment. Unfortunately, it seems to be when I lift my head up, so I think it's pulled down from the neck rather than up from the boobs. So anyway, so those stitches will come out next Friday, hopefully. And then we should be all good to go. Fingers crossed, no more of those this year. That's the second one. So put that one aside and let's have a look at my common planner. So this is the planner that I'm going to be using next year, 2025. I pretty much use it for everything planning wise in terms of my everyday work, home life, those sorts of things. But a big chunk of this planner becomes all my trackers for the year. So a lot of my health trackers, but also my physio tracker. So instead of having a separate extra book like I have done in 2024, I've worked out a way to pull it into 2025. And by doing that, the one thing that's going to come out of my common planner is my journaling, my daily journaling. I've bought a separate journal for that part. Okay, so if we come down to the back part here, so to give you an idea of where we are in the planner, so at the end of the week's planner there, then I have this big chunk here. The first part, so this first part of it will be my goal tracking, my goal planner and goal tracking. And then we did this one in another video last week. And now in between there is the health tracking that we will set up on another day. But now I'm going to do the physio tracker that goes in here. So this will basically be the same as that December page that we just ruled up. These pages can go one after the other, and then that leaves the rest of the planner at this stage to do the daily bits where I'm tracking how long each exercise is taking me at the moment. A couple of things that I forgot to mention. You max out at 3 minutes on these exercises. The other probably really important thing that I forgot to mention is I am not a health professional. I am not recommending that this is the right thing for you. You should consult any health professional before you start a new exercise regime. Okay, Okay, so my plan here is to, you may be able to see the pencil marks that I've drawn in here, but I will be putting in a sticker up the top here that has the month on it, and down the side, as I did in the other one, the date and the day, and then leaving the columns across the top. So the issue that I have with setting this up at the moment is all I can do is the date and the day and sort of the outline of the table. I can't actually rule up how many columns, because where I move up to in my, like if I finish the upper body exercise, then I might be moving on to the lower body, so I need an extra column there for that. So at the moment it will just be the date and days, the sticker at the top, and that's pretty much how I'll do it for now. I'm also thinking that at this stage, actually I'll leave it for now. I'm going to rule up the first 3 months. I think there is the chance that once it gets to further down and I need more columns for the different days of the week, that the width might not be enough and I may have to rotate the pages. So I'll just do the first 3 months. I know I'm not going to get through those exercise progressions in 3 months. So we'll start there. I'll put the stickers in and I'll rule up. I will put some music on while I do that. Now the stickers that I am going to use up in the top corner here are these ones here. So these ones actually came in an Oops grab bag from Little Linda Stickers. So you can see the actual stickers have been cut out fine, but the page has been cut off kilter. So there's nothing wrong with the stickers at all. I can use those fine. So I'm going to use those up in the top corner. I think they'll be rather cute. She does have these, she may even still have a Black Friday sale on, but she does have these stickers as part of her 2025 collection. Yeah, all right. So put that music on. I'll start on doing this and rule up those first few months.
it this far, thanks for hanging out with me right to the end. Setting up my physio planner for 2025. In the next video, I'm going to start setting up my goal planners. Hope to see you then.